Good day and welcome to American TV News. Now to begin the news, here are some of our top stories. Activist urges federal government to extend 3.8 trillion naira infrastructure push to Niger Delta coastal communities. Olu of Warri offers lifeline to Itsekiris denying certificates by Novena universities over indebtedness. On entertainment, Asake, Burna Boy, Tyler lead as African stars shine in 2025 BMAS nomination. In the world of sports, Osimhen's injury a devastating news for Galatasaray, says Buruk. Now the news in full. Peace and environmental advocate Comrade Sheriff Mulade has called on the federal government to allocate a fair share of infrastructural projects to the Niger Delta's coastal communities, particularly in the development of critical roads and bridges. Reacting to the government's planned 3.8 trillion naira upgrade of Lagos Third Mainland Bridge, Mulade urged President Bola Tinubu's administration to channel similar energy and resources into the creeks. Minister of Works David Umahi had recently announced the bridge overhaul to address deep structural concerns, coming months after 2.1 billion naira was spent on emergency repairs. Meanwhile, Julius Berger declared the Kata Bridge in Lagos beyond repair, recommending a 359 billion naira replacement. Mulade lamented decades of oil and gas exploitation that have left Niger Delta communities impoverished, stressing that while the Third Mainland Bridge project is laudable, similar attention should be given to projects like the Warri Baramatu Escravos Bridge, the Forcados Ogolaha Bridge, and the extension of the Ayakoromo Bridge to Brutu Forcados Terminal. He, however, appealed to President Tinubu to change the narrative and open up the coast for jobs, wealth creation, and long overdue economic justice. The Olu of Warri Ogiame Atuwashe III has offered lifeline to students of Ishekiri extraction who graduated from Novena University, Ogume, in Ndokwa West local government area of Delta State, under the Presidential Amnesty Program (PAP), but denied their certificates over reported failure of successive administrators of the program to pay their tuition and clearance fees. So, representative of the Olu of Warri Ogame Atuwashe III to NNPCL and its JV partners, Prince Collins Orishetime Edema, made the disclosure in a statement released Sunday, 7th September 2025. According to Edema, the gesture was in line with the Warri monarch's passion and unwavering commitment to the growth, development, and empowerment of Ishekiri youths. Whilst noting that affected students are required to complete a Google form to submit their details, Prince Edema stated that the data collection exercise will run from Sunday, 7th September to September 30th, 2025. He assured that payment of the tuition and clearance fees of the affected graduates of Ishekiri extractions would commence immediately in batches at the end of the data collection. Delta State Governor Right Honorable Sheriff Mulade has lauded the South-South region for its pivotal role in Nigeria's economic and social development, describing it as a critical pillar of the nation's growth and stability. Speaking on Sunday at the 2025 Passover Conference and dedication of the children of Apostle Charles Osazua, founder of Rock of Ages Christian Assembly International in Benin City, Edo State, the governor said the region's vast oil and gas wealth, agricultural resources, and human capital place it at the center of Nigerians' prosperity. Oboiwari stressed the importance of stronger collaboration between the South-South and the federal government, noting that such synergy was vital to closing the infrastructure and development gaps. He also underscored the need for unity among South-South states in engaging the federal government on key issues of infrastructure, environmental development, protection, and economic diversification. The governor highlighted the cultural, spiritual, and historical bond between Delta, Edo, and Bayelsa states, describing them as one people with the same roots and destiny. He noted that the unity of the three states was reflected in their collective achievements, citing their strong outings at recent national sporting events as evidence of shared progress. Now in Bayelsa State, in a bid to maximize gains of the continuous voter registration exercise in Bayelsa State, the Independent National Electoral Commission has set aside September 11 to flag off its voter education roadshow. The roadshow, which is being organized through its voter education, publicity, and gender department, according to Mr. Christian Utong, who heads the department. Utong disclosed on Saturday during a strategic engagement with accredited voter education service providers in Yenigua. The meeting brought together civil society groups, advocacy networks, and community partners committed to enhancing voter sensitization for the ongoing continuous voter registration exercise, which runs from August 2025 to August 2026. Utong explained that the roadshow will serve as a direct channel to engage residents across towns and rural communities through drama, music, and interactive outreach. He expressed that the initiative aims to dismantle misinformation around the CVR, encourage voter status checks, and ensure that all eligible citizens secure their permanent voters card. He explained that the CVR is strictly for citizens who have not registered before, those who have recently turned 18 years, and individuals with lost, defaced, or damaged PVCs. Now on entertainment news. African music continues to dominate the global stage as some of the continent's biggest stars secured major nominations at the 2025 MTV Video Music Awards, held on Sunday night into the early hours of Monday in UBS Arena in Elmont, New York, hosted by LL Cool J and broadcast live on CBS and MTV. The highly anticipated event placed Afrobeats and African pop at the center of international recognition, with artists from Nigeria, South Africa, and Ghana making significant waves. Nigeria had the strongest representation, with six artists as Ashake, Burna Boy, Wizkid, Tems, Rema, and Arya Star, earning multiple nominations across categories. Ashake led the charge with two nods in the Best Afrobeats category for Active, featuring Travis Scott, and Get It Right alongside Thames. Burna Boy followed closely with Tatata, also in collaboration with Travis Scott, and Aya in the video for Good category. South Africa's Tyler, still riding in the momentum of a global breakthrough, scored nominations in both Best Afrobeat and Best Choreography for a hit Push to Start, and Ghanaian singer Molly also made the list with a remix Shake It to the Max Fly. Other notable mentions include Wizkid for Piece of My Heart featuring Brent Fayers, Rema with Baby, Is It a Crime? And Thames, who featured on Ashake's Get It Right. This impressive lineup reflects the surging global appeal of Afrobeats, which has moved beyond a niche sound to a dominant force, shaping mainstream music. Now on the business news. The governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, Olayemi Cardoso, has said that the bank will maintain its current monetary tightening stance to curb inflation and safeguard financial stability. Speaking at a fireside chat during the European Business Chamber, Eurocham Nigeria, Sea-Level Forum in Lagos, moderated by Andres Vos of Deutsche Bank Nigeria. Cardoso noted that while inflation remains high, recent data shows a gradual decline due to coordinated policy actions. On concerns about high leading rates, Cardoso acknowledged the challenge but stressed that interest rates are tied to inflation management and economic stability. The CBN governor reaffirmed the bank's commitment to stabilizing the macroeconomic environment, strengthening the banking sector, and positioning Nigeria as a top investment destination. He also confirmed that the ongoing recapitalization exercise for banks is progressing well, aimed at building stronger institutions capable of withstanding shocks and financing growth. However, in his opening remarks, Eurochamp President Jan Gilbert described the chamber as a bridge between European business and Nigerian policymakers. Now, on the foreign scene, Donald Trump has threatened tougher sanctions against Russia after its heaviest aerial bombardment on Ukraine since the war began. Sunday strikes killed 4 people, including a mother and a child, and damaged Ukraine's main government building in Kyiv for the first time. The attack, which Ukraine said involved at least 810 drones and 13 missiles, has led to growing calls for stronger Western action against President Vladimir Putin. Kremlin spokesperson Dmitry Peskov said Monday that no sanctions would ever be able to force Russia to change the consistent position that their president has repeatedly spoken about. Speaking to reporters after the bombardment, the US president said he was not happy with the whole situation. Trump has previously threatened harsher measures against Russia, but not taking any action when Putin ignored his deadlines and threats of sanctions. The threat follows remarks from US Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent, who said Washington was prepared to escalate economic pressure but needed stronger European backing. However, Trump says European leaders are expected to travel to Washington early this week to discuss ways of ending the war. Finally, on the world of sports, Galatasaray manager Okan Buruk has disclosed that he develops tremendous tension anytime Super Eagles striker Victor Osimhen reports to international duty. Recall that Osimhen has been put out of the Super Eagles' crucial 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifier against South Africa. The Galatasaray forward limped off in Nigeria 1-0 win over Rwanda in Uyo on Saturday with an injury in the first half. Highlighting the new development, the Super Eagles of Nigeria will be without their talismanic striker Victor Osimhen when they take on South Africa at the Free State Toyota Stadium on Tuesday. Tolu Akorode came on at halftime to replace Frank Oyenka, and the new Wolves striker scored Nigerians' only goal to rekindle faint hopes of a place at the 2026 FIFA World Cup for Eric Shiller's side. The 24-year-old has put himself in pole position to lead the line against Bafana Bafana after the Nigerian medical team confirmed Victor Osimhen suffered a bruise on the shin. Now to end the news, a quick recap on our headlines. Activist urges federal government to extend 3.8 trillion naira infrastructure push to Niger Delta coastal communities. Olu of Warri offers lifeline to Itsekiris denying certificates by Novena University over indebtedness. On entertainment, Ashake, Burna Boy, and Tyler lead as African stars shine in 2025 BMAS nomination. On sports, Osimhen's injury, the devastating news for Galatasaray, says Buruk. That's the news as read and edited by Timiela Emanuela. Thanks for watching.